Hello everyone, and welcome to Help I Accidentally Isekai'd 5 Cute Girls and I'm Their Boss. So this is another itch indie game that I'm going to be checking out. This one was not in the bundle for racial justice and equality. It was actually made by my husband for a game jam, which was called I Can't Write But Want to Tell a Story. And it was developed entirely on stream on his Twitch channel. And it's an entirely free game that you can play on Twitch, or not on Twitch, on itch. Names are too similar. So I've seen a lot of this game get developed, but I've never played it myself, and so I'm here and we're gonna play through it. It's not a super long game, but hopefully it'll be a cute game and we'll enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get started. We got him. Great work, everyone. That boss went down easy peasy. And we got the epic 100 TZ. All thanks to MC. That's why you put all your stats in luck. Could've used more DPS though. Where were you on that? Hey, we got the drop, right? Yeah, I guess, but be more useful next time. That's the thanks I get? I'm logging off. Bye, nerd. Alright, so MC is our main character. I'm gonna go get some beer and snacks from the mini-mart. Not if I have not if I have something to say about it. Ouch, my head. Where am I? Looking around, I look around and take in my surroundings. Log houses, people chopping wood. This isn't modern day Japan. And my body. My BMI must be the lowest it's been in 10 years. I feel strong. Have I been isekai'd? I'm sorry. I've seen so much of this, it still makes me laugh. I start to feel lightheaded. The world is spinning, but despite my outbursts, none of the passers-by pay me any mind. I call out to a man with a large hammer strapped to his back. Excuse me, sir. How can I help you? I was wondering, where am I? Oh, are you from Japan too? How did you... We get a couple of you each day. You guys really should look both ways before crossing the street. That's not fair. I barely even left my house. Wait, not important. What's this world called? This is Isekai'd. Isekai'd? You got it. It's a pleasant town, certainly been built up from the small village it once was. If coming here is common, there must be a guild in town then, right? Can you point me to it? Sure, kid. It's down that way. The man points down the road behind me. Great. My life begins anew today. Thank you, sir. I take off running in the direction he pointed me. Taking one last look back, I see the man waving slowly as he fades away. Whee. So this is what an adventurer's guild looks like. People are drinking and talking and partying. This is the life for me. I'm sure with my newfound strength I'll be the greatest warrior this world has ever seen. Many may have been isekai'd before me, but I will be the best. But I will best every single one of them. This is just showing me that I do not know how to read. But first, I approach the counter where the manager is sitting, watching me intently. Must be Mirren. Can I help you? Yes, I'd like to join the guild. Congratulations, you're officially a member. Wait, it's that easy? Indeed. Fantastic. Now where are your bounty listings? And point me to the blacksmith. I'll take care of any monster issues you have. They're right back here. She points to a wooden panel behind the counter. But it's empty. I take it you're a recent transfer then? Transfer? No, I haven't been a guild member at all. I meant to this world. Your dress, your lack of basic knowledge of current happenings, you must be from Japan. You too, huh? You see, we have so many champions from Japan, we haven't had a monster concern in decades. Decades? The manager nods enthusiastically. So, what do people do here? Well, living in relative safety has shifted concerns from surviving to thriving. We have seen a great deal of technological improvements in recent years, but this work ethic has stressed the population. Truth be told, entertainment is where a lot of recent transfers have gone. Entertainment like video games? As cool as being an adventurer sounds, if I can work with video games, my childhood self would be so jealous. Oh, nothing of the sort. That was ruined fast. Our technology isn't quite so sophisticated. We never got a newcomer who actually works with electronics. Just those who use them in an unhealthy amount. Unless you can build us one of these computers, you're out of luck. If not video games, then what then? Singing and dancing are always quite popular at local pubs. Lively original music always brings a smile to people's faces. You don't mean idols, do you? Oh good, you've heard of them as well. We've had a few who have never heard of the concept. If you'd like, we can determine your stats and see where you belong. No thanks. I think I'll find something else to do. It's not uncommon for idols to make thousands of gold a month. Only thousands? Surely there are more profitable ventures. Well, a mansion in Capital City only costs 300 gold a month. So thousands, you said? We just need to determine your stats. Singing, dancing, tailoring, and so on, and we can place you where you'd fit best. With this body, no doubt you'd be the greatest dancer this world has ever seen. You'll probably even center my own group and make a true fortune. Oh, that wasn't her, that was me thinking. Alright then, go ahead, we'll see my stats. With a flourish, the manager pulls out a metal orb from beneath the counter and sets it in front of me. The orb is hovering an inch off the platform underneath it. Attention patrons, we have a new member. Please join us at the front for the stat checking ceremony. Several people get up from their tables and saunter towards us. Is this really necessary? It's a break from the monotony of day-to-day life. Now just place your hands on this orb to begin. I do as she says and rest my palms on the cold metal. The magical device begins to whir to life. Murmur, murmur, murmur. The machine gets louder and louder with each passing second. A small puff of smoke escapes from the device as well. This can't be. Murmur, 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 murmur. I've never seen anything like this. The device lets out a soft ding and the machine's whirring slows down. As the smoke clears, a light is emitted from one side of the orb, projecting my stats on the wall. Singing, 3. Dancing, 2. Tailoring, 10. There we go, tailoring! A perfect 10 out of 10. Can't say I expected that, but it could be fun. We would get to design cute outfits for cute girls. This is perfect, actually. Actually, this is a scale of 0 to 100. So, what you're saying is, normal averages from Japan are in the 30s and 40s. You're completely worthless. I purse my lips as the stats keep scrolling. Guitar, 7. Drums, 4. Business and leadership, 2. Social, 1. Now that's just offensive. The stats continue scrolling for a good 30 seconds or more. There are a few highlights, but nothing higher than a 25 in eating. I look down, dejected. Just as I feel tears welling up in my eyes, a loud gasp comes from the crowd. I glance up and my mouth drops. Luck, 138. Impossible. I can't help but laugh at the irony. Luck, of all things. So what can I do with luck? I suppose you could try to manage your own group. I've never seen someone with luck higher than 24, so I'm really not sure. Management, eh? Well, my social skill might work against that, but I'll have to give it a try. Do I just need to find dancers on my own then? Well, as you said, it'd be near impossible with your social skills. Unnecessary. Thankfully, we've had one transfer with strong magical abilities many, many years ago before magic was erased from Japan. There was magic in Japan? I've never read about that in any of the history books. He helped create a machine that could summon a human being to this world, capable of whatever he entered as search parameters. A few other transfers with high business skills found that they could make a profit off charging for each use. They also added a nice random aspect, so you never know what you're gonna get. Don't worry, first pull's on us. So let's enter idle for desired job, and when you're ready, just give the handle a pull. 11 summoning spheres will descend out of the machine, and you may pick any 5 of them to be in your group. One more thing, the color of the sphere relates to rarity. White is common, yellow is uncommon, orange is rare. Red is super rare, and purple is legendary, but we haven't seen purple in months. And the higher rarity, the better fit of idol they will be. Don't worry though, the machine will guarantee at least one red sphere to give you a fighting chance. After all, no one wants to watch a train wreck on stage. The music suddenly got very funky. Hang on, did people seriously invent an actual gacha machine? Did I say something wrong? I don't know how you knew that name. The evil god Gacha is the mortal enemy of our goddess' sense of pride and accomplishment. I was like, what on earth is that word? It is all one word. I'll forgive you this time, but please don't say the name again in my presence. Sorry, just to clarify, these spheres will summon people from other worlds, just like what happened to me. In your case, it was random chance, but yes, exactly like that. Don't worry, their families will get over it eventually. That sounds awful! I'd hate to do that to them, but if it's the only way to prevent myself from starving to death, it's not like I won't be able to provide a good home for them when we're famous, so it's fine, right? Plus I'll get to be surrounded by cute girls. Without further thought, I pulled the lever. The manager clapped her hands together and the crowd began cheering. Red ball first. There's your center. Bet she's a cute one. A white ball next. Another white. Yellow next. White. Purple. The crowd goes wild. Well, I suppose I was mistaken. There's your luck at work. Orange. Purple. 2 purples. People are just staring in shock now. Purple. Is the machine broken? Purple. Everyone stares in disbelief. Purple. Well, I suppose you know which 5 you want to take. Yatta! As if on cue, the crowd begins cheering again, shaking the walls of the guild. I run over to the machine and excitedly grab the 5 purple spheres, placing them on the summoning tray. You might want to check their stats first. Why would I? They're all purple. Okay, but be careful. You may have difficulty selecting a center if they're all of equal worth. Who cares about that? Well, they might. She motions to an area next to the machine where 5 girls I've selected are waiting. So we have Bunny, singing 100, dancing 93, social 74, tailoring 6. We have Cool, singing 94, dancing 78, social 89, tailoring 2. So Bunny had 100 in singing, so we might want to go with her for center. Norma, singing 83, dancing 88, social 92, tailoring 8. Sasha, singing 98, dancing 79, social 71, tailoring 5. Senpai, singing 90, dancing 73, social 95, tailoring 6. So there you have it. That's your idol group. Just complete the necessary paperwork so you can begin working for the guild. Before you head out, let's just go over some of the terms and conditions. Terms? Of course, you brought these girls here against their will. It's only fair that we have to look out for their well-being. So you have to put on a concert tonight. Tonight? It'll be great. That's not a lot of time. What happens if we can't do it in time? Your group will be terminated. No other managers will be willing to scout the girls without a show of skill, and you'll be put to death. To death? It's only fair given what you just did to these girls here. Right, so can we rent a room for the night? We make our way up to the room in awkward silence. I can hear each and every tick of the clock on the wall behind me. Seconds seem to drag on, each one taking longer than the last. And here I am, surrounded by 5 cute girls who are under contract to be in my idol group. I cleared my throat to get their attention, but their faces are all already looking my way. Alright, hi, my name is MC, and you guys are all here to become the greatest idols this world has ever seen. That sounds difficult. Not a chance, count me out. But you heard the manager, we have to perform tonight, otherwise MC will... What do I care? It sounds like a perfect outcome to me. Do you not care about other people at all? I don't know, I think it could be kind of fun getting to dance around in pretty outfits, being the target of everyone's affection. We could just give it a try. I mean, we're here now. There's a long silence. I guess everyone remembers their life back home. Maybe this was a mistake after all. Well, we could just start by telling each other about ourselves. Maybe that'll help break the ice a little. I'll start. My name is MC. I held the top 10 spot in the World of Swordcraft overall rankings, if anyone knows what that is. Oh, I wouldn't have expected someone like you to be so lazy. Right? I don't look like an otaku in this world. Well, that was the past me, I guess. I'm working on bettering myself. I think that's very admirable of you. Thanks, Norma. Guess I'll go next. I'm Norma. I actually have experience being an idol already. You do? I was a dancer in a group back home called George. I forgot it was named George. I love George. Oh, you've heard of us? Yeah, you don't recognize me? Did you come to our shows? Sort of. I hope it wasn't the last show, but I pray it was everything you ever dreamed of. Sasha, do you want to go next? If I have to. My name is Sasha. I like to sing when I'm alone in my room. Awesome. What music do you like? Probably idol music. So you're totally cut out for this too. You think? Of course. Senpai, do you want to go next? Sure. Senpai skips forward to the front of the group, turning around to wave at everyone. I'm Senpai. I don't know what to say about myself, but if we're gonna go through with this idol thing, do your best, everyone. She makes a peace sign while smiling. Everyone stares at her blankly. Okay. Thank you, Senpai. I clap, trying to recover the situation. Thankfully, Norma joins in with me. Cool. Want to go next? No, but I will. Name's Cool. Don't care for this idol stuff, but someone forced me here to this world. She glazed daggers at me. I want to disappear. Great, thanks. I guess that just leaves you, Bunny. Naturally, my name is Bunny, and I enjoy spending my evenings strumming my guitar. At this point, I think I've written more songs than people I've dated, so quite a few, if I may. She seems to be maintaining eye contact with me throughout this introduction. I can't help but blush. I say the first thing that comes to my mind and try and hide my embarrassment. Awesome, we need a songwriter for sure. So we all know each other now. I know I'm responsible for you all being here in this world, and I apologize. I wasn't thinking about you, just myself. I know it's too late for all of us, but I hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me. I bowed deeply, hoping the sincerity of my apology is being communicated. One by one, the girls agreed to perform, except Cool. I realize I'm not alone in this fight, however, as Norma joins me asking Cool to help. I assure you, Cool, it'll be fun. Please at least join us in this one show. There's a long silence as Cool thinks. All right, for you, Norma, and for the rest of you. But not for you, MC. I sigh with relief. That's fine. Thank you, Cool, and thank you, Norma, for your help. So how do we move forward then, MC? You're the manager. That's right. I'm not sure, to be honest. Of course you have no idea. Go easy on him, Cool. He's new to all this, too. Yeah, but it's not fair for me to have no plan either. How about if I talk to each of you and hear your suggestions? Then I can make the final decision from the information you all give me. Fine. Okay, so now we get to talk to each of the girls. So let's start, we'll just make our way down the list. Let's start with Bunny. Hello, MC. How can I help you? Hey, Bunny, I just wanted to get to know you a bit better, maybe find some inspiration for our group. So, what was your life like before? Before I died? Yeah. Well, it was quite lonely, I suppose. Lonely? I thought someone like you would have plenty of friends. Because of my looks? You're not totally incorrect, but that doesn't always make for good company. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. No offense taken. I'm flattered that was your initial thought, though. I would advise you to have better tact when trying to flirt. Right. So you dated a lot, then? I guess you could call it dating. I never really kept any of them around. It was fun while it lasts, I suppose, but none of them really piqued my interest. Piqued it how? Not a lot of creative types in the lot. Apparently the concept of a girl playing guitar in the plaza is hot, and not much else to them. The fault lies with me as well, I'm sure. I could say no, but cheap thrills are fun nonetheless. I see. Am I making you uncomfortable? I'm sorry. Shall we change topics? No, it's fine. You're not making me uncomfortable. If we're on uncomfortable topics, what happened? I remember sitting on the couch, strumming my guitar. I was writing another song. That's right, you mentioned being a songwriter. Indeed. This is weird to say, but serenading your lover is a great way of setting the mood. So you wrote love songs? Yes, I think the guy's name was Lawrence. And you were waiting for him? I suppose that explains the nightgown. I do hope he'll be okay through all this. It's surely not easy, but we weren't exclusive or anything, so I think he'll be fine. I'm so sorry. Don't be. It's quite an exciting venture. So, would you be able to write a song for us to perform tonight? That's quite a big ask, but I think I can manage once I know what I'm working on, something like that. I'll find out for you as soon as I can, and maybe I'll write another song later. Wow, you've invested in this idol business already. Oh no, this song would be for you, MC. For me? I've got idol management decisions to make. Hold that thought. Alright, so we talked to Bunny. Next, let's talk to Cool. Oh, you're approaching me. Yeah, is that alright, Cool? Well, I'm not gonna attack you or anything. I just wanted to get to know you a bit better, figure out how we're gonna move forward as a group. We're gonna do this one concert so Norma is happy, and that's that. You're not even gonna give it a chance? I mean, you're stuck here because you killed me? Yeah, I guess. Thanks for the reminder. You're really helping make this all better. I'm sorry. Don't. It's too late for that. You took me away from my family, my friends, my career, just so you could live out your harem fantasy. What was your career? I was going to be a lawyer. This is the second year of law school. I'd be married by 30, family before 35. You had all this planned out? From a very young age. Not that it matters now. Guess I was naive to think everything would go according to plan. Life does have a tendency to ruin plans. Surely there's at least something you can look forward to, right? I did always enjoy singing. You did? I bet you have a lovely voice. I always thought so, but becoming an idol would have been a waste of time. It's not like I'd have a shot. Who told you that? My parents. They always stress the importance of a good education. Cool, maybe I'm overstepping my bounds here, but did you want to become a lawyer? Did your parents want that? My parents gave me a good life. They know what's best for me. No, they don't. They don't know who you are nearly as well as you do, Cool. There was a part of you that wanted to be an idol, wasn't there? When I was a teenager, sure, maybe a little, but it's such a juvenile dream. Yet here you are. For the first time since she arrived here, I saw Cool crack a smile. It was just a split second, but it was there. Do you have any preference for what type of music we perform? Just don't make it too girly. You got it. Thanks, Cool. Yeah. Sorry. Alright, 2 down, 3 more to go. Let's talk to Norma. Hi, MC. Hey, Norma, how you doing? Quite great, if I do say so myself. Yeah, you seem to be the only one excited about all this. Do you mind if I ask why? I guess it's always been my dream. Alright, you mentioned being an idol already. George, wasn't it? What was that like? It was a lot of fun. It was a larger group than this, which made it very hard to stand out. Getting back to the funky music. But according to all my group mates, everyone loved me. That sounds very exciting. Indeed, however, we weren't from a major city, so our popularity on a whole was quite low. We tried entering a few competitions, but we never placed terribly well. It's hard to compete with professional groups that have large budgets. Wow, I bet. But you made the best of it. That's what counts. And now I can maybe move on to bigger and better things. It always seemed like our manager never really gave me the opportunity to thrive. How do you mean? He seemed to love my audition, but once I was part of the group, I was never given a major role in any song. I was back row every time. And you were trying to improve? Yes, but our center was younger and prettier than the rest of us. You can tell they were banking on her long-term success over the groups. I just wanted to tour all of Japan and hear people chanting my name. Sounds a little selfish, I know. I don't think so. Maybe we can make that happen here. I hope so. Do you mind if I ask how you... Ah yes, I can't help but laugh at the irony of it all. We were on stage performing alive, and I remember hearing a loud snapping sound. I looked up and the entire lighting array was crashing down around me. Wow, that sounds awful for everyone involved. I'm so sorry, Norma. It's all my fault. It's not how I would have liked my name to be remembered, but that might be how it stays. That's the irony, of course. I can't believe you're taking this so well. If it were one of the other girls, I'm sure there would be a mourning period. I'm sure they'll have one for me. But they don't know what I know now, that this entire world exists, a world of opportunities for me. I thought I'd wake up in a hospital, surrounded by doctors and nurses. I woke up in a far better place, honestly. You're really incredible, you know that, right? I try not to dwell on the past, I'll make the most of the present. We'll be relying on you for the concert tonight, I'm sure. I look forward to it. Alright, next is Sasha. Hi, Sasha. Are you okay? Just shy. I understand that. I'm not a fan of talking to other people either. You're not? I find it really nerve-wracking. I'm glad I'm not alone. It's been very overwhelming for me. You're not alone there, I promise. I don't know how she does it, but Norma seems to be the only one who seems fine with all this. So you mentioned really liking idols. Are you excited about getting to be one yourself? I guess a little. Only a little? I don't think I have the right personality to be an idol. The only personality you require is the drive to stand up on stage dancing and singing your heart out. I know you can do that. Yeah, I think I could, but it wasn't enough before, it seemed. What do you mean, before? I said I really liked George when Norma mentioned them. Right. I've known who Norma was for quite a while now. We auditioned for George together. And you didn't get in. Sasha shook her head quietly. And you think that's because you're shy? That's what the manager told me. Add in the fact that Norma and I are actually the same age and went to school together, but she doesn't remember me at all. If Norma can't even recognize me, I can't imagine I'd ever be popular in a group like she is. I think you could do it, Sasha, if that means anything. It does. Thank you, MC. So what else did you do besides idol stuff? Not a lot, I guess. I didn't have many friends. I mostly stayed home, read, or played video games. Sorry, that just says played games, not video games. I put a word in there. What kind of games did you play? A lot of visual novels. I like the idea of playing an outgoing person. It was video games. I could make friends or even date without being afraid of what the other person would say. Visual novels are great. I even tried writing my own once. It was rough because I can't write, but I wanted to tell a story. I didn't realize you played games as well. I was actually somewhat of a shut-in in my previous life. The MC standing here is drastically different. Well, nothing against the current you, but the past you sounds really fun to be around. I'm sure we would have played games together, especially if you played World of Swordcraft too. I did occasionally, but I was never as good as you. Actually, that's what I was doing when... Oh, I had just logged off as well, actually. Who knows? Maybe we were playing together without even knowing it. Maybe. Do you have any ideas about what you would want our concert tonight to be like? I want to write a song that will showcase everyone, lots of smiling, so the audience can remember each and every person. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Sasha. Now, thank you, MC. Alright. Senpai's the last girl we've got to talk to, so let's go ahead. Hello, MC. Hey, Senpai, how you doing? About as well as anyone, I guess? Yeah, sorry about that. Guess it's kind of my fault. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. It'll just take some getting used to. A blessing? In what way? Well, I wasn't really sure what I was doing with my life before. Now at least there's a plan. It's not what I was expecting by any means, but it's a goal to strive for at least. So, what were you doing before this then? I graduated from high school a while ago and decided to take a gap year before college. Before I knew it, several years had passed. Several years? Did you move out of your parents' house? No. Can't say they're too happy with my decisions, but I was working part-time at least. Wasn't a total good-for-nothing layabout. Yeah, that'd be no good. I spent most of my weekends with friends. We were a very tight-knit group. Speaking of, I hope they forgive me for ruining the beach trip. You were at the beach that day? We were going to the beach. I was waiting outside my house for my friends to pick me up when I heard the screech of tires. A passing vehicle was going way too fast for the curves on my street. Was it the hot dog truck? No? Doesn't matter? Just sounded eerily familiar to what happened to me. I'm sorry to hear that, MC. Don't worry about it. The manager here made it quite clear to me that mine was a random happenstance. I should be the one apologizing to you. Sorry about that. I have a hard time believing it's your fault. If anything, you saved us. Saved? I have a hard time believing that your choices led to someone from my town driving like an idiot. So if anything, you just gave me a place to go. That's an admirable way of looking at it. It's certainly a lot better than the alternative. Right. Anyway, do you have any ideas of what we should do for the concert? I think it'd be great to have songs about loving life. We could theme the stage after it and make the whole concert like that. Like a Love Live or something. Maybe we shouldn't call it that, but I do like the idea. Okay, well, I'll keep working on that. Wonderful. Thank you, Senpai. Alright, so we've talked to all the girls now. Okay, thank you all for talking with me. I've heard what you all had to say, and I've made some decisions. Based on what you said, I think the best person to center our group and lead the songwriting that has to be Bunny. Like 100%. She's our songwriter. She's our best singer. Me? Yeah, I think you could lead us to a good blend of meaningful lyrics that connect with the audience and just enough sensuality to keep the rest interested. When you put it that way, it does sound like something I could do. Do we really need to be sensual? It won't be over the top or anything, Sasha. I'm not asking you guys to put on a burlesque show or anything. Okay, that's good. I'm sure you'll be fine. The dance moves might be a little different than what you imagined, but just keep smiling like you wanted. Okay, I will. Fantastic. So now we've got that. So now we figured that out. Bunny, can you and Cool go write a song for us? It doesn't need to be long. A minute would be fine. Can do. We'll write the best song this world has ever seen. Wow, Cool, you're really fired up for this now. Let's just get this over with. That sounds more like you. Norma, maybe you and Senpai can go work on some dance moves for us? That sounds like a lot of fun. It does. Come on, Senpai. We'll start with the basics and move from there. And that just leaves you, Sasha. Do you think you can make us some costumes quickly? I'm not so sure. I've never sewed before. Not at all? Even some basic patchwork or tailoring? Nothing of the sort. Okay, that's fine, Senpai. Can you swap places with Sasha and make costumes, please? Oh, actually, I wasn't allowed near the sewing machine at my house. Why not? First time I tried using it, well, it didn't go very well. Let's leave it at that, okay? Hey everyone, can anyone here sew costumes? All their tailoring scores were really low. Never mind then. Alternative question, what are everyone's measurements? Guys, it's for the outfits. Sasha, you can help with either songwriting or dancing. I'll see what I can do about the costumes. Okay. I run downstairs to the lobby and approach the manager. Excuse me, do you have a box of costumes or something? None of my group is a good tailor. I warned you to check the stats, but it's all good. They're all purple, right? I'm sorry, I should have listened to you, but that's in the past and I really want to put on a good performance tonight. The manager sighs deeply. We have a box in the back of costumes from failed idol groups. You're welcome to dig through it and see if anything would fit. Thank you so much. I race to the back room and spot the large crate overflowing with articles of clothing. Wow, there sure are a lot of failed groups. I begin digging, looking at tags or taking quick measurements to find anything that would fit the girls in my group. After an hour of searching, I think I found something for each girl. Well, it's better than nothing. When I get back to the room, everyone's still hard at work. Bunny seems to have found a guitar somewhere and is plucking a soft tune. Cool's beautiful voice accompanies the melody as she pieces together lyrics. On the other side of the room, Norma, Senpai, and Sasha were practicing moves. They were surprisingly in sync for this being Senpai's first idol experience. Hey everyone, I think I found some outfits for us to wear. They don't really go together, but I hope at least they'll work for tonight. The girls all take piles of clothing and hand them and begin inspecting my choices. Oh, mine is cute. Are you kidding me? This is the best you could do? I don't know, I quite like what MC's gotten for me. That's good. I don't think I'd want to wear what you've got on, Bunny. I'm sorry, it's the best I could do on such short notice. And Norma, you already have your outfit as an idol. I thought you could just wear that. Certainly. None of us could tailor our own costumes, so that's a hurdle we can pass another day. Let's just get this concert out of the way first. I stand near the back of the room after leading the girls to the back room downstairs. Our scheduled time to begin is nearing, and it seems like everyone in town knows it. The guild is packed. Everyone is standing shoulder to shoulder. Bunny leads the group onto the stage as the crowd roars. Hello, everybody. My name is Bunny. We'll be performing a song for you tonight. We hope you enjoy it. She has a lot of energy. She's really selling it to the crowd. Suddenly, the song she wrote begins playing through the guild. I look around for speakers, but I don't see any. Must be magic then, par for the course for Isekai worlds in my experience. As the music picks up, all 5 girls begin dancing and singing. They're not perfect by any means, but everyone seems to be having a great time on stage, and the audience is responding well. It's amazing to watch her move so fluidly and hear such beautiful notes being sung. It comes as no surprise that she was a hit with all the guys in her past life, but given how she spoke of it previously, it seems like she's much happier on stage than strumming guitar alone in her room. After a minute of performance, the music crescendos to a powerful chord, and the girls all hit their final pose. The audience cheers, and I watch as the girls take it all in. Smiles are plastered on all of their faces, and not just the fake ones idols are forced to wear, they genuinely seem to be enjoying themselves. I head back up to our room and wait for the girls to return. No doubt they're talking with their new fans for a bit. After a few minutes, I hear them talking excitedly and laughing. The door opens. You guys were great! It seems like I caught the girls off guard as they recoil when I yell. Once they notice it's me, their smiles return. Thanks, MC. It was a great show, wasn't it? I have to agree, everything went splendidly. They really seem to like us. It's all thanks to you, MC. You gave us this opportunity. Heck, even I had a good time. I know I must sound like a broken record at this point, but I'm so sorry for bringing you all here. But it sounds like you all had a great time, and I'm really thankful for everything that you've done for me. If it's not too much to ask, would you want to continue with this group? Of course we do. All right. That's it. That's the end of the game. I pushed through this a longer video, but I wanted to get through the whole game at once. So that's Help I Accidentally Isekai'd 5 Cute Girls and I'm Their Boss. So if you guys want to play this game for yourself, I'm going to leave a link to it down in the description below. You can go check it out. You can watch the streams where it was developed if you want to learn more about how it was developed and all of that. I hope you really enjoyed this game. I know I did. And as always, I am the Purple Pegasus, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.